But let's talk about Javon Kinlaw. Let's talk about the rookie. Look, what's interesting about Kinlaw is it wasn't just me. It was all of the beat writing core and a lot of guys who want to praise looking at this guy being like, I don't see it. I just don't see it. But now there was no preseason. We see him through an entire game and the impact he can make, and it is a positive impact. It's actually, he looks like a hell of a player. What do you see from him?
Okay, so I was very worried about Javon Kinlaw because obviously I wasn't in camp. And usually you have beat writers that kind of boost up the #1 pick, but there seemed to be nothing positive coming from Javon Kinlaw at all.
Right.
And I was like, man, is he not going to be that? Then week 1, he only played like 15, 20 snaps. So maybe the Niners felt that way too, but he was flashing everywhere.
Yes.
Then week 2, he got even better. Then yesterday, he was even better.
Yes.
And I think he's as physically gifted as any player on the 49ers. I mean, he's so big. He's so talented. Maybe
Yes.
Trent Williams is the only guy that's that athletic at that size. He's more athletic at that size, but
yes,
he's really special. And for him to just flash the way he is, now he's got to finish plays. That's the next part of it.
Yeah.
It's really, really – it makes you really, really optimistic about his future because he is really physically gifted.
It seems to me if he continues improving the way he has and his knee, which is arthritic, hangs together for a few more years, he could get the Eric Armstead contract in 4 years.
I think he could be better than Armstead. I don't know if he would get the contract because he plays inside, but I think as just it's kind of a hot take because Armstead is really, really good.
I like a hot take.
But I think Javon Kinlaw has a higher ceiling. I think Javon Kinlaw's ceiling could be Chris Jones, who is just dominant.
So what does Kinlaw show athletically that Armstead doesn't, in your opinion? Armstead's very powerful. Like his bull rush has always been terrific since his rookie year, but Kinlaw seems to have more.
The big difference for me is that Armstead is a lot longer and leaner, and Kinlaw is packed together.
Yes.
And Kinlaw plays inside all 3 downs, and he just throws people around inside.
And he can play nose. He's really good against the run. You're right.
He's just – and I just think there's dominance to Kinlaw that you see that with Armstead I've never gotten, while I always think he's excellent and really good, it's just that one tick under being a really dominant player, which I think Kinlaw could be.
Interesting. I think the reason that he got such lukewarm reviews at best in camp is he's replacing Buckner. We've all watched a lot of Buckner, all the beat writers. And Buckner in camp, I mean, you can't block him in one-on-ones. It's just so easy for him. And you see like, well, yeah, that's why he was the #7 pick in the draft. Like he just has this swim move and counters off of it that are impossible. Now in 11 on 11, he doesn't win every snap, but in one-on-ones, he wins almost every snap. And Kinlaw's he's not like that. But in 11 on 11 football, he's quite effective. So I think it was just, we're watching like, does he deserve to wear Buckner's number? Does he deserve to be the replacement? I don't see it. He's not the same, but he's way different. And when you see the run defense, he's making stops at the line and behind it in ways that Buckner wasn't in this wide 9 scheme.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And real quick, I wanted to give a shout out. Someone in the comments brought up Kerry Hyder. I wanted to give another shout out because I think I'm the president of the Kerry Hyder fan club. Kerry Hyder is amazing. I love Kerry Hyder. I don't think anybody plays harder than Kerry Hyder. I think Kerry Hyder played amazing yesterday.
Yeah.
I love Kerry Hyder.
I thought Deion Jordan played very well yesterday in the limited snaps he had. He was in the backfield.
That was another surprise.
The one guy, let's stick with the D-line for a while. The one guy on the D-line that I felt really didn't show much, it was Ziggy Ansah. I felt he showed what he showed last year in Seattle, which is a guy bull rushing and getting nowhere. Is that too harsh?
Yeah, I do think it's too harsh. I think we got to give Ziggy a couple of games before we decide and place Ziggy with what he is, because I think you went in on Deion Jordan in camp.
True. All of a sudden, that guy couldn't get blocked. He looked great yesterday.
Yeah, he looked phenomenal.
Yeah. It was like, I should stop writing people off. Okay, so Deion Jordan looked good. Also, what's interesting about Kinlaw, we've talked about him and DJ Jones, how they flashed in the first half. I went back and watched the film from last week. Kinlaw did not make plays in the second half, which is okay. What's nice about the Niners defense right now is they don't necessarily need him to be a 50 snap a game guy because they have Kevin Givens, who is almost as good as DJ Jones and Kinlaw right now. I mean, the guy is pretty effective. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I think all three are very, very, very good. I think the three of them together might be able to match Buckner's production. You might not get Buckner's production from any one of them at this point, but the three of them together might match his production. I think Kevin Givens, he's kind of a little unheralded.
Yes.
But when you just watch the game, number 90 is making a tackle for a 1-yard gain, or number 90 is getting a pressure. And it just makes you, it just goes to show how good, again, this Niners coaching staff, we just can't talk about enough how good their player development is. Yeah. Starting from Kyle, obviously the head coach, but their position coaches seem to find all these undrafted guys and bring them along in the system. And by year 3, year 2, they're ready to play and contribute to this team.